Hi, you guys. How are you doing today? Um, I'm coming to talk about the name of my title is The Breaking Silence. And part of my thesis, I will be giving information about how Martin Luther King broke the silence when we were going into war with Vietnam. I will be speaking about how he didn't push towards other countries, but only the good faith of the United States. I chose this specific topic because we that faces any war, we as in Americans will have to come together. Martin Luther King Jr. was against the Vietnam War because he felt it separated humanity and the money of the United States. He felt that having this war caused a lot of problems when it came to people being poor and how the United States as our government did not want to help people who move forward. As I read through the American Prehistoric, Martin felt that having a war against one another was bringing hostility and giving us the wrong ways of what we as people don't call love. Martin Luther King Jr. and the SCLC pushed the movement towards north of Chicago to work on segregated housing. Um, Martin's final days before he passed away, he expanded his focus to include oppositions towards the poverty in the Vietnam War. My favorite quote of Martin Luther King Jr., he stated, "Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Love is the only force. He who is devoured of the power to forgive is devoured of the power to love." I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. There has been so much hatred, as we all know through history and throughout time of our lives, that sometimes we all have a misunderstanding of what our world is missing. Martin Luther King did not try to bring the world to chaos, but he did have 7 reasons on why he did bring the Vietnam War up in his speech that he stated on April 4th of 1967. He felt that bringing the war up would have people listen and look at the obvious when it came to the wages in America. Our government put on strong hopes that there still would be better days and it wouldn't be too many living off the government. There was going to be a rage throughout the United States and not in some states. Betrayal was a serious issue back then, and it is now. Finances of America comes together on one note. And that's understanding the causes and the reactions of everybody that did face war back then and that's facing some of the same issues today. It really makes me think about as far as our world is really repeating in a circle. As we look at the world now, how do we really accept what is happening when it comes to finances, war? Our people isn't coming together as a nation to withhold what our families and ancestors have created. Fourth reason is destroying the deepest hopes of mankind, the hopes that look forward into the future for their children or even our children. What are some of the causes of mankind today? Do we as people really look around what is controlled and what isn't? Sometimes if you're looking on the outside, you should look at the things that hurt us and the things that can't be touched without the government clarification. The sixth reason is looking at the men that have been doomed and taken away from their families to support the government has concealed with the nation. I paid attention to this. We as Americans believe if we go to the military, that our families will be okay. Yes, our family will be okay long as you are in the military, long as you are doing something for the government. But then if you take a look at fine print, who are you when you retire? Who are you when you get hurt? Who are you when you have fought most of your life and now that you retired, you're living in the ghetto or you can't afford just a roof over your head? Martin spoke with men that came back from the war and tried his deepest compassion to them. They are filled with hostility and thought a gun could save them. Another thing we are facing today, gun control. Our purpose that Martin Luther King was trying to convince to Americans, the United States, and the government is that family and love is what matters the most.